I'll be honest with you, I didn't expect EN DICE to drop a huge community update just a few days before the launch of Battlefield 6. In this update, they announced the return of the Little Bird helicopter, platoons, naval warfare, and much more. They also promised that the upcoming Battlefield 6 seasons are gonna be the biggest content drops they have ever done in the Battlefield franchise. In this video today, I'm gonna cover this community update, and I took, of course, only the most important parts of it, and the stuff I found not to be relevant I left off so I don't waste your time. If you're gonna play Battlefield 6 and you wanna support a smaller creator, then please consider leaving a like and a subscription for future content, and thank you so much. Now let's get into this thing. So here it is, ladies and gentlemen, straight from the developer's mouth. Requests for naval warfare have not gone unnoticed, nor have the calls for a certain fan favorite little helicopter, platoons, and more. I actually cannot believe in what times we live in. They're gonna bring back everything people are asking for. Okay, maybe not everything, we still have the closed weapons thing and the servers are not coming back, but this is a very good start, guys. I really cannot imagine playing a Battlefield game which doesn't have naval warfare after we had it in such a good way in Battlefield 4. If you enjoyed Paris Storm or the Battlefield 4 Naval Strike DLC, you will know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm not sure where exactly within Battlefield 6 current map pool are they gonna implement naval warfare in the future. Perhaps there's gonna be dedicated maps for naval warfare, or they may be planning to remake some of the Naval Strike maps. We will see. The Little Bird also, of course, has to return. It's not present here on launch. Sadly, I know we have a lot of helicopter pilots in the chat here who are gonna be disappointed, but at least you have the confirmation it is gonna return. And now for me personally, one of the huge things here as a creator is, of course, the platoons. If the platoons are gonna come back in a way that we had them in Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4 during Battlelog era, I will be very happy. I just want to have a platoon where my platoon members can wear my emblem and just have fun so we can recognize each other on the battlefield here and there. Battlefield 6 will also feature a massive day one patch which will include over 200 changes focused on bug fixes, balance improvements, and polish for the release. Update notes will be revealed a bit closer to launch, but they have shown a bit of teasers what we can expect. So first, the player movement we will notice will be more responsive, with changes made for pacing, with several movement issues addressed to keep gameplay smooth and balanced. This was the movement noise which happened a couple of weeks ago, so that is that. Then the weapons, this is a huge thing here. Recoil has been rebalanced on automatic weapons, making long-range gunplay more characteristic to the Battlefield franchise, rewarding tap fire and burst control. So they're going back a bit more towards BF3 and BF4, which in my opinion is a very good thing. We want to be able to burst our weapons and tap fire rather than just beam people across the map with laser gunplay. So this is a very good change. They also said that numerous weapon attachments have been fixed, so they now display correctly in menus and in game. I'm hoping with this numerous weapon attachment fixes they're talking about, they have also fixed some of the bugs that the sites had. If you, for example, use the holographic scope in the Battlefield 6 open beta, sometimes it will become a huge cowleaf flower, making it basically impossible to aim with it. So hopefully this is fixed. Along with the movement and the weapons, the gadgets have been adjusted a little bit as well. So the Recon's laser designator has been refined with smoother deploy animation, updated visuals, and several fixes for better feel when used. The MBT Law is now the default engineer launcher with a more accurate trajectory, improved guidance, and clearer sight. So MBT Law was also the default launcher, if I'm not mistaken, in Battlefield 4 as well. So it's gonna be interesting to see how strong MBT Law is in Battlefield 6, because in the labs leaks I have seen of the MBT Law, it looked to me that it's an unguided rocket launcher, while in Battlefield 4 it was a lock-on launcher. So I'm assuming now it's gonna be more closer to Battlefield 4. They also said that MAS 148 Glaive, which I'm assuming is just Javelin, is enhanced with more realistic missile path, improved zoom and lock-on, sharper scope visuals, and more reliable vehicle damage. So I'm pretty sure they're talking about the Javelin here. Deploy beacons, which are now on Assault, are now limited to 1 spawn per player, 4 per squad total, helping maintain balance and prevent overviews. So if you had some concerns that Assault is now just gonna be perma-spawning his teammates on this beacon, you can see this is not gonna be possible anymore. Rush and Breakthrough also received some changes. The layouts have been revised for better balance between attackers and defenders. Rush famously during the Battlefield 6 open beta had a lot of problems with the rebalance between the attackers and the defenders. The defenders were basically pretty much irrelevant in the Rush, so I'm hoping Rush is gonna be a little bit better. Operation Firestorm, the map which is returning from Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4, has been updated with improved vaulting, lightning, and performance, while Siege of Cairo spam killing and out-of-bounds issues have been addressed. The out-of-bounds issues they're talking about here is the rooftop glitch, seems to be fixed for the regular matchmaking playlist. UI and HUD elements have also been cleared up a little bit with updated overlays, animated pings, new minimap options, and a smoother loadout and deploy navigation. Thank you DICE, thank you so much. I wasn't a huge fan of their UI during the beta, so I'm very excited to see how it looks now on the launch build. Settings and controls have expanded with new options like VO volume sliders, sprint bob reduction, this is huge for me, and the camera roll toggle for accessibility, plus refinements across platforms. Audio has also been cleaned up so pings are easy easier to hear, weapons and vehicles sound sharper, and missing delayed effects won't get in the way of your awareness, just cleaning up the backend a little bit so you have more fun and having a more immersive experience while you play the Battlefield 6 launch build. Network has also been adjusted. They said the netcode improvements reduce desync, make time to death feel fairer. This is huge for us, guys. There was massive desyncs in the Battlefield 6 open beta. This was one of the biggest deal breaker for me, along with other things, but this was the biggest one. Time to death, they say, feels fairer. I'm so excited to try this out and address case of invisible damage. I personally never felt this invisible damage. If you did, let me know down in the comment section. The developers decided to have some fun and poke a little bit into the Beehive, which is of course the opens versus closed weapon playlist topic. I'm tired of talking about this topic, but I know it's very important for many people. I just wish the devs themselves to just commit to one or the other system, because I personally feel we're just splitting the player base. Maybe we're not gonna feel it now on launch, but later when the game a little bit sunsets, yeah, you're gonna feel this when your game is only matchmaking only, and the queue times are gonna start to go up, because we're gonna have half the players playing the open weapon playlist and the other half is gonna play the closed weapon playlist. Anyways, I'm going a little bit off topic, so let me go back on topic. Developers say that comparing between opens and closed weapon playlists, DICE has observed mostly identical class pick rates with only 1 to 2% difference at most. They said that match duration increased slightly within the closed weapon playlist by up to 45 seconds, or about a 3.75% difference for both Breakthrough and Conquest. They also claim there's a slightly higher revive rate for closed weapons at 3% for Breakthrough and 2% for Conquest. So basically what they're doing here with this post, in my opinion, is just trying to justify their hill they're dying on, which is the open weapons playlist. This is what they really want people to play with, so it's just gonna stick around. This is just another double down in my opinion, because if they were to remove this system and give us the closed weapon system, which many people want, I personally don't really care about it, but I just don't know why they keep bringing it up then. You have already decided for this. Why do you keep reopening these wounds? It hurts many people. I would want that they just avoid these criticisms now, just before the launch. Am I maybe wrong with my opinion that they're reopening this topic just before launch, or should we just discuss it again over and over like we used to just before the launch? Menu, playlist and portal updates have also been mentioned here. All launch maps will be available across playlists from day one, giving you the freedom to play whichever map you prefer. At launch, Conquest, Breakthrough and Escalation will each have their own dedicated playlists, including combined playlists such as Conquest and Escalation and Breakthrough and Rush, so you don't have to stop matchmaking when switching between those experiences. This is actually a really nice change. Custom search enables you to select which map / or mode combo you prefer, and you will be match-made into a match with this search criteria if available. Portal is now called Community in the main menu. Breakthrough, Conquest and Rush will be there as verified modes within the server browser at launch. Players can also enable hardcore experiences, so if you are a hardcore fanatic, you can play hardcore on launch in Portal. So it's not going to be available for the matchmaking if that's what you were waiting for. At launch, there will be custom experiences designed to add even more gameplay variety. So maybe they're going to add some of their own crazy playlists we're going to see. Launch playlist rotations include single mode playlists for favorites like Breakthrough and Conquest, closed weapon experiences, intense close quarters battle playlist, and action-packed all-out warfare playlist. So get this, after I was finished checking out the patch notes, a new tweet came out from Battlefield Bulletin, and he says that some retailers are already selling physical editions of Battlefield 6 before its official release date. It's nothing too big, right? Wrong. Battlefield 6 game servers are already online. Those who have obtained a physical copy of the game before the official release date can already play the single player campaign and multiplayer with AI soldiers. So guys, go storm your GameStop or wherever the hell maybe you buy your physical editions of Battlefield 6. You can still right now play the single player campaign and multiplayer with AI soldiers. Consider this your pre-order bonus. Overall guys, I consider this community update to be actually a pretty big win. I mean, they're bringing back Naval Warfare, Little Birds, Platoon, and they also said much more. Who knows what else we're gonna get after Season 1. And Season 1, remember, is arriving only 10 days after launch. So perhaps 10 days after launch, we already have somehow Naval Warfare and Little Birds. I'm very curious to see how they're gonna pull that off, because they gave a lot of promises now here that they're gonna get this out. So we're gonna see how this plays out. For the Little Bird, we already know it exists within the single player. In that night mission in Brooklyn, there it was a Little Bird. You had to escape with the Little Bird. So maybe it's not going to be that hard. Perhaps they already have boats ready and maybe some other naval vehicles. Like, if they already prepared this content, I'm going to be actually very impressed by DICE's preparation. They're usually not known for having good preparation. I mean, Battlefield 4 launch, hello? So I'm just saying, if they have a bunch of content ready for us so soon after launch, this truly might be some of the greatest Battlefield content we have ever received. I mean, they said it themselves. They are going to release the most content they have ever done before. So that means they're going to release more than Premium from BF3, BF4, and BF1. These are some really high standards. I'm really hoping that the game is going gonna live up to that. I'm so excited about Battlefield 6, guys. As a creator, as a player, I want to deliver excellent content for Battlefield 6, nicely edited videos, so you guys are not bored. I want that you guys have fun when you watch my videos. So if you did have fun watching this video, you found it informative, you maybe found out something you didn't know, then please consider leaving a like and a subscription for a small creator. That being said, guys, thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in the next Battlefield 6 video, which is most likely gonna happen after launch. I'll see you guys, take it easy, and bye bye.